Another one. Today we got an entitled killer realized she's never going home. Let's get into it.
This is 27-year-old Devan Schreiner. Devan has just been brought in for questioning after her ex-boyfriend, 33-year-old mailman Jason Schaefer, was shot and killed. His death occurred during his mail route when an unknown suspect approached him and took his life while he was putting mail into a mailbox. The police believe that Devan is the shooter, but they will treat her as a victim for now.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Mind if I shut the door for the road?
I don't really care. I want my son. Where is my son?
I'll tell you everything. How about that? You're Devan?
Yes.
Am I pronouncing it right?
Yes.
I'm Steve. You can call me.
Wait a minute. She says she want her son. Did they tell her that her husband is dead yet? She worrying about her son right now?
Call me Steve. I gotta tell you some bad news. Your ex-boyfriend, is it? Ex-husband?
I just call him my son's dad.
Son's dead.
We weren't ever married, but
He died today.
what? How? What happened?
Someone shot him.
That was fake. She tried to get up some tears. What? Didn't she? Come on now.
Face.
In the face? Where?
On his postal route.
He was working today? He doesn't...
Yeah. Yeah, he was working, and someone came up and shot him.
Based on that superb acting alone, it appears that at the very least, Devan is
He said the superb acting. Girl, you a terrible actor.
involved in the shooting death of her ex-boyfriend.
When did this happen?
12:32 today.
It is 6 o'clock.
I got a lot to tell you, a lot to share with you. I want to tell you that your son's safe right now. But I want to read you your rights just so you know about it. Let you know that we're recording this because we have to. We have to record everything. And just so don't play any games with you, because I don't like to play games with people.
Read me my rights?
Yeah, just to get it out of the way.
I was at work today.
Okay, perfect. You got a good excuse. Shouldn't be a big deal. But I want to ask you about it. I want to exonerate you if possible, and then move on to the next suspect.
My rights and my son's rights were violated when you took him from school and did not contact me.
Yeah. So that's what I want to talk to you about. So let me read you your rights, just so you know what they are.
The detective reads Devan her rights, so now anything she says or does will be used against her in court.
I need to see my son.
We need to figure out.
Lady, you worried about your son and they just said his dad is dead? He just said your son okay. And I wonder what made them take him out of school. Who took him out of school? The police?
What's going on and how your husband, how your baby's father died. So we're not going to let the son go just yet.
Wait, he doesn't need to go, but if he can can I at least see him first?
Right now, no.
Why?
Right now, no. Because we got to figure out if the butler killed the baby daddy's son, or if you killed the baby daddy's son, or if the bookie killed him, or if it's a random person killed him. I don't know who killed him.
I'm not calm.
Yeah.
My son was taken. Nobody told me that anything happened. My son was taken from school by either police, and I was not informed, or by somebody who is not legally allowed to pick him up from school.
Yeah.
The detective explains that when a parent is killed, standard procedure is to make sure the child is safe, in case the other parent is the murderer.
Okay, but then they have...
Oh, that explains it. Okay. I see where it's going. Because she could have picked him up from school and got on.
my contact information.
Yeah.
So they couldn't have just said.
Yeah, you're not listening though. We didn't want them to release the child to you.
Don't release him to me. But you could. Nobody even told me his whereabouts.
Well,
I thought he was with his father.
The police escorted him back here, and Rosa was here as well.
Why? She is not his guardian.
No, she's not his guardian.
Okay, then why was she here?
We're not releasing her yet. We want to find
So
out
she's with him? She's with my son?
We're all with. She's being interviewed by a detective because we're not sure who she is.
She's my sister.
The child is here. The child is being interviewed by a forensic interviewer.
He should not be interviewed because I didn't give consent for him to be spoken to.
He's a witness, so he doesn't need consent from the parents.
Was he there? Was he in the...
But he's going to tell us about the relationship between you and his father. But
no, I don't understand how this can all happen with...
She more worried about somebody picking her son up from school than hearing about her baby daddy just got killed, unalive.
Without me even knowing that anything happened in the first place.
Because we don't release children to abusive husbands that kill their wives.
So you're saying that I am abusive and I killed his father?
I'm saying that this is police standard practice 101.
See, the detective must already know something as to why he's saying what he's saying about they're not releasing the child to the other parent if they feel that the other parent killed the other parent.
We don't release children to people we don't know.
I'm not asking you to release him. I am asking why I was not contacted in any sort of form about my child's whereabouts or that there was even an incident.
I don't know about that specifically. I know we wanted to find you and we were trying to track you down.
You could have found me when you picked him up from school because they have my information. I pay for him to go to that school. Yeah. They have that information.
Well, I'm going to talk to the officer that did that. Like I said, I wasn't there. Okay. Does it surprise you that someone would go up and shoot him?
Yes, it surprises me a lot. I didn't know, I don't know anybody that would want to hurt him.
How was your relationship?
It was never great. I mean, it started out okay, and then we had him and...
What happened to the fake tears, man? She cleared that up real quick. Like I said, she more angry about somebody picking her child up from school than hearing about her baby daddy getting done alive.
I mean, it wasn't great. He left us when he was 6 months. He moved out and we tried, I guess, a couple of times to work things out, but it never worked.
Okay.
I had filed a restraining order against him back in, I don't know, 2015, 2016 at the end or the beginning of the year. I don't remember. We had an altercation and I asked him to leave my house because he wasn't living there anymore. And
okay, you filed a restraining order on him, so that means he was out minding his business. If you did unalive him, so you want to track them down or what? Let's find out.
He got a little physical while I was holding my son, and he was an infant at the time, and so I filed it to get him to back off a little bit. And when I went to make it permanent, they're like, you know how hard this is going to be, like if you make it permanent, like it's going to be really hard to do transitions because he has partial custody and all of this stuff, so that's going to be really hard, like you understand that, right? And so I was a new mom, like I couldn't do it by myself, and
raising kids is tough.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't, hopefully that won't happen again, and so I didn't make it permanent.
The detective is about to tell Devan the evidence they have that shows she could be the shooter.
We saw your car in the area of the crime scene. Your car was a Nissan Rogue that is missing a bump.
She did it. If your car in the area of the crime scene, what a coincidence. You over there in the crime where he got unalived at.
Front passenger front hubcap. We got your car on a license plate reader, a little while ago with your license plate, and it has that front passenger hubcap missing. Sure enough, in the videos around the crime scene, that car is there with that front passenger bumper or hubcap missing. You said you're at work today, but your scanner goes off before the homicide and turns back on well after the homicide.
Oh, yeah.
And we caught the shooting on one of the nests.
She thought she was slick. Don't people know nowadays they got Ring doorbell cameras on darn near every door, and the police gonna ask to see somebody's camera, and they gonna see your car going from here to here. There's cameras everywhere nowadays. You can't really do nothing.
Doorbell cameras from across the street.
See?
So I'm really kind of concerned. I know that you got served just the other day with the child custody order, and you're a little upset about that. So why is your car in the crime scene area? Why are you in that area in your car, and why are you turning off your scanner?
I didn't turn off my scanner.
No, you did.
No, I
the
did not
postal inspectors are here.
turn off my scanner.
Or you didn't go with the scanner. The scanner's at your boyfriend's house, or somewhere in that area, in front of it, or in a bush somewhere in that area. It wasn't with you. Okay, they have a breadcrumb trail on GPS on your scanner.
Yes.
And the postal inspectors were here, and they said before the homicide, you're not doing anything with the scanner. It's stationary for like 3 hours or more, and it should be mobile because you're working, but it's at your boyfriend's house. And why is your
Look how she looking at the detective. She looks shady and suspect. She ain't looking worried. She just looking like, how you know I did this? She trying to figure out what he know.
car in the crime scene area?
The officer explains that he knows her ex-boyfriend served her custody papers a few days before the shooting, and he knows her car was in the area when the shooting took place. Now it's time to accuse Devan of being involved in her ex-boyfriend's murder.
I think you're a good person, but something's not right here. I think the gig is up. There's something weird going on here. Everything is pointing to you being involved in this shooting. People don't go around just shooting postal people.
I mean, I work for the post office, and I have before, and I have been.
Why are you? What's your involvement in this? Because I think there's a lot more than you're telling us. The video of the shooter looks kind of like you. It's from a distance, but it looks like your height and your build. It doesn't look like AJ's height and build. It doesn't look like Castaneda's height and build. It looks like your build with a black hoodie. Now, we're going to search your house. We're going to search your car. We're going to seize your car. We're going to do a gunshot residue test on you.
Sorry, go ahead.
So we're not going to leave any stone unturned. You're involved in this.
Yeah, she wasn't thinking about that gunshot residue on her hand. She don't look smart enough to realize they was gonna do that.
Okay, and I want to know what your involvement is. Did a boyfriend try to tell you that he's going to take care of this? Were you involved in it? Because someone is there doing this. It's not a random shooting, and so the gig is up. Okay.
I read on the way here about what happened, and they said that a man shot him.
That's what we originally thought. Yeah.
How you read about what happened, and you supposed to look just shocked when he told you about it. So you knew about it before you got there. You said you read about it, but when he told you, you was about to cry. You was acting like you was about to cry when he first told you. So you already knew about it before you even got there. And you was all calm. Come on now.
Now we're thinking it could be you. We're thinking it could be maybe your boyfriend. Thank you. That's not the question. That's not the right answer.
What am I supposed to say?
We're trying to get all this evidence together, and we're trying to put the pieces together. And I don't think you're being truthful with me. And I want to know why your car's there, why you're not using the scanner, why the scanner was left there. It looks like you're involved in this. So tell me why you're not involved in this. Have you been around any guns lately? Have you been shooting anything lately?
No.
So we do a gunshot residue test. It's going to come back negative.
It better.
Listen,
I feel like.
That wasn't the right answer. She should have been like, heck yeah, hell yeah, it's gonna come back clean.
just trying to figure out if you did this or if someone else did this. And my bet is you have someone else involved in this, maybe a friend. And so I'm trying to figure out if you talk to me about this, you know.
I understand why I would be a suspect because of who I am related to him.
And your car.
But I don't, there was things in the past that have happened with him and I that I could have gone to court, or I could have tried to call the police. I mean, I have, and it didn't help, but there's other things that I could have done. Why would I shoot him?
I don't know why people ever shoot people. And I'm not saying you shot him. Maybe someone else shot him. Maybe people just lost their temper. Someone shot him, we know that. Someone shot him 5 times in the face. That's kind of a lot of hatred.
5 times? She wanted to make sure he was dead. Whoever shot him, they wanted to make sure he was unalive. 5 times in the face? What was she shot him with, a 22 or even a 22? The bullet would have bounced around. But 5 times in the face? Boy, that's overkill.
They didn't steal anything from him. They didn't have any issue with them. There wasn't a traffic road rage case. Someone shot him because they were really upset with him. They shot him in cold blood. They shot him 5 times and let him bleed to death there. Okay? Your car was there. So tell me someone borrowed your car.
I was at work on my route, which is not not super close to the post office.
Why is your car in Longmont when your scanner is
I don't know. I am on my route working.
Do you work in a mail truck or your personal car?
No, I work in a mail truck.
Okay. So why is your car down here killing your ex?
I don't know. But it
you
sounds
understand
like
why that's so concerning to me.
Yes, I do understand
so did
that.
someone borrow your car? Help me out here.
I don't know, but it seems like with all of these things that you're going to be doing that I need to have a lawyer or ask for a lawyer, or I don't know.
As soon as Devan says the word
You should have asked for a lawyer before, when you first sat down.
lawyer, the detective is forced to shut down the interrogation. As the detective is taking gunpowder residue samples, the postal inspector enters the room and asks if he can speak with Devan.
Well, first off, I'm sorry about what's happened today. So today's been a stressful day for you, for your child. So I understand that.
I don't think you do.
Well, I can empathize with the fact that it's probably one of the worst days in your life. So
on top of what happened, my child was picked up by the police from school, and I was not contacted.
Okay.
And I know this had nothing to do with you. I
know. I understand. I'm a father. I've got kids myself. That would upset me too.
I'm not allowed to see my son. Like, doesn't understand what's happened, and he was put in a police car, which he loves police, so I'm sure he was like, hey, this is fun.
Sure.
But he's traumatized. Like, he doesn't know what's going on. He's not allowed to see me. He's not allowed to see his father. His father's not here.
Yeah, how about as soon as we're done, let's make sure that gets scored away. I'm sure he's being taken care of right now. They have folks that would be watching him right now. But I'll make sure you see him after we chit-chat, okay? But let me start off with, how long have you worked up at the Loveland Post Office?
Since the end of June or the beginning of July. I don't remember my exact date.
So, so you were working today, because today's Wednesday. So, where do you actually live?
I live in Fort Collins.
In Fort Collins? Do you live by yourself?
Yes, it's just me and my son.
You and your son? Okay. And then tell me about your day. What happened after you checked in? What route did you have today?
I had Route 14, but I'm assuming that you all know that since you've checked the scanner.
I haven't personally checked it, so I don't know, honestly. So did you case mail for a while, or how does that work?
Yes, I cased most of my route, and then I cased my route. It took everything to the street, and I started delivering about 10:30.
Okay. So you left the post.
The postal inspector get to question you like that? He acting like the detective. I don't know the postal inspector. What is his job?
Post office around 10:30.
Yes.
Okay, so between 8 and 10:30, you were working,
Yes.
casing your mail.
Yes.
Do you have a lot of packages?
Not today, no.
Okay. So tell me about your day. So you started scanning packages, you started your route, and then what happened?
My guy AJ, he lives on that route, and so since Wednesdays are his day off, and
I guess the postal inspector there, when people be stealing mail or whatever, they come and inspect you.
things are very complicated with us. I try to see him on his day off.
Okay. So you stopped by on your route,
Yes.
hang out with him. Did you do that today?
Yes, I do it every Wednesday.
Okay, every Wednesday, that's kind of your normal routine.
Yes.
What time did you get over to his place?
I don't know. I don't know exactly when I got over there.
Okay.
I wasn't really looking at the time. I was ahead of what I normally am for that day.
According to the police report, Andrew Ritchie, who was Devan's boyfriend, helped her plan the murder. On the day of the murder, he followed Jason on his route while in constant communication with Devan to let her know his location. He too will be interviewed by police in this video.
Let me ask you this. So, just talking about AJ, you said he's been a correctional officer, and of course, being a law enforcement officer, he has a gun. Have you ever shot a gun before?
Yes, multiple times.
Okay. When's the last time you've ever shot a gun before?
Over a year ago.
Okay. And whose gun was that?
It was one of his.
One of AJ's? When's the last time you shot a handgun?
A really long time ago, like over 10 years ago.
Okay. So, do you know how to shoot a handgun?
I mean, I guess I would know the basics just like every other gun, but I don't know
Okay.
specifically what you're asking.
Well, I'm asking, you said you don't have a gun.
No.
Do you know how Jason passed away today?
Yes, they said he was shot.
Okay. Who said that?
The detective.
Okay. The detective told you he was shot?
The detective told me he was shot in the face.
The detective said shot in the face? Okay. Now, how did it make you feel to find out that the father of your child was shot in the face with a gun?
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I'm very upset about it. I know that, like I said, I know that we've had our issues, but.
Okay. Would there be any reason when they put your clothes under a microscope, they're going to see any type of gunshot residue?
No.
Okay. You're 100% positive that they won't find any?
Why would you have on the same clothes, not take a bath? Well, she's not a professional killer, so I guess she wouldn't know.
Okay. And if they do, what would that mean?
Couldn't give you an answer for that.
Okay. So one of the other things that happens, especially in these types of things where it's like kind of closer range, like the other thing that happens is like there's microscopic like blood droplets that come back on people, and it kind of splatters your clothes too. So they're going to take a look for, is there going to be any reason that there's going to be any type of, because they're going to take a look at everything like your shoes, your socks, they have FBI labs here too that can find, I'm sure you've seen like FBI files and all that kind of stuff too. They have labs that pretty much can, what they do is you see how these shoes have like this really intricate weave?
Mm-hmm.
So they can actually go in there with different tools and technologies and find like blood droplets that you can't even see with a regular microscope. It's like a forensic microscope. So what they're going to do is they're going to take a look at that. So I think probably what they're going to find is some of Jason's blood on your shoes. Would you agree with that?
On my shoes?
Yeah,
No, I wouldn't
yeah.
agree with that.
Okay, how about on your clothes, right?
She gotta be crazy if she did that. Why would you do that and you got a little son? Like, come on now. People don't be thinking, boy.
Here on your pants.
No,
They're gonna find any blood droplets when they look at it with this like super sophisticated technology. And I want to give you the benefit of the doubt.
So you're not just a postal inspector, is what I'm getting at.
No, I'm a postal inspector. That's exactly what I am. Let me show you my, but they do have labs, and I know that they check people's clothing to either clear them. If we can clear, the one thing we want to do is if somebody wasn't involved, and maybe you just happen to be standing nearby and something got on you, but we want to make sure we clear people that weren't involved. And one of the things we do is we use forensics, okay? We use forensics in a variety of ways. So no, I'm a postal inspector, so I wasn't lying to you about that by any means. I asked you if they were going to.
And I answered.
And you said no. So, and I appreciate that, because that's one of the tough.
Well, she said about her lawyer, so they sent in the postal inspector. I guess he can ask questions, but not the police.
Questions I have to ask people, especially since this was is the father of your child, okay? One of the other things that we look at when we're doing forensics and that type of thing is we take a look at cell phone information. You know, where were you? You know, cell phones right now they're like little GPS beacons. I don't know if you know that. Have you ever seen that on TV?
And also, if you're going to do the crime, don't take your cell phone, man. They're going to ping the area. Wherever your cell phone goes, they going to find out where you've been. She should have left her cell phone at home. Or in the car or something. In the mail truck. I don't know.
I mean, you use GPS on the phone all the time.
Yeah. So it's like the same thing. So you seem like a smart person. So you know how GPS records work too, right? So one of the things we're going to do as part of this is we're going to have to pull phone records, okay? So we're going to take a look at it and we're going to say, okay, this is where you told me you were, and this is where your phone was. Because you had your phone all day, like you told me, because you were talking on it. You didn't lend your phone to anybody, I'm assuming. No? Okay. You had your phone all day. Mm-hmm. So we can really just go to the cell phone company with a court order. We have to get a warrant and say, where was her cell phone, you know, every second of that day? And on this type of thing, we go to those extra links. So are we going to see that your cell phone was over there where this happened to Jason?
I'm not entirely sure where it happened, but no, I had it with me in Loveland.
Okay, you had it with you in Loveland. Okay, and it never left your side.
Oh, it was with me in Loveland.
Okay, could you have been accidentally gotten over into that area where this happened? Do you know where it happened?
In Loveland.
Okay. Well, this happened in Longmont. Was your phone ever in Longmont today?
No.
Okay, so when we pull your phone records, is it going to show that your phone was in Longmont?
No.
Is it going to show that it was in that area?
No, I don't know what area, but it hasn't been in Longmont.
Okay, the area that is his normal route is
I
where it
don't know
happened.
his normal route.
Okay. One of the things I really need to ask you about, and I know you're probably nervous, and this is a stressful thing, but one of the things that we went out and did today, or the police department did, and they had a lot of help, is they pulled surveillance video from a lot of different locations in the area.
Yes.
They actually captured what happened on one of the surveillance videos.
That's what the detective said.
Okay.
Yes.
They also captured the vehicle that was involved on the surveillance footage. And they captured the license plate.
Okay.
And it was your vehicle that was over there.
That's what the officer said.
Yeah.
I know she over there sweating bricks. She wanna disappear right now.
So I need to find out, honestly, what happened today.
But that is also what the officer said.
Okay, but I need you to tell me, there's a big difference between something, and I'm sure you probably don't have a criminal history. I haven't even looked.
No, I do not.
But most of the people I deal with are people that have been arrested like 20, 25 times. They're out committing robberies of postal carriers. They're out doing lots of different things, okay? I don't think that's you. You know, these other people are people that, you know, all they do is live a life of crime. They're out planning crimes all day long, all night long, because they have a drug addiction. And that's primarily what drives them, okay? You do not look like the type of person that does drugs, am I correct?
No, I never have.
Never have done drugs or anything like that. So you do not seem like the type of person to me. And again, I just met you, and I just got on this, but you don't seem like a cold-blooded killer that's out been planning something for years and that this was your perfect opportunity. To me, based on what I've heard and from talking to you, this is something where something just snapped. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't something out here, just hold on, where you were thinking about doing something like this for a long period of time. You weren't planning. I mean, it happened in the middle of the day. This isn't something that happened late at night. This is something that happened in the middle of the day. So you know what almost every house has these days? They have cameras. They have Ring cameras.
Right.
So we had your car over there. You already told me you're the only person that drives that vehicle.
I also told you I was at work, and nobody seems to believe that either. So
No, we understand that you were at work for part of the time. I believe that.
I didn't say that either.
Say what?
He said part of the time. We understand you was at work part of the time, but not the whole time. We already seen you do it. We just trying to get you to say you done it.
I didn't say part of the time. I said I was at work all of the time.
Okay. Well, we understand that you work today. Okay. I don't want to get into the mix with you. But what I am trying to ask you is this: your vehicle was over there where this happened at the time that it happened. We have witnesses and we have surveillance footage.
Right, and that's
We
the same
always-
thing that I said
so-
to the
so-
detective. I don't have an answer for that.
Okay, you don't have an answer. You have like zero answer. How do you think something like that could happen?
I don't know, and that is where I asked the detective to speak to a lawyer.
Do you think somebody stole your car?
Again, I'm going to ask to speak to a lawyer
Okay.
if we're going to continue with this questioning. I don't have an answer for that.
Okay. So let me make sure I'm clear with you. If we don't talk about the car, you're fine to continue to help me with Jason, but you don't want to talk about the car.
I don't want to talk about something that you are saying is incriminating me
Okay.
when I did not do this.
I'm just saying that the vehicle was there.
And I just said I don't have a response for it.
Okay.
I don't have an answer. I don't know how to tell you that
Well, I
the
guess
car was there while I was at work in Loveland.
Okay. Okay. Well, if you're fine with it, can I show you a picture of the car that was there? Would you be comfortable with me doing that?
You can show me whatever you like. Like I said, I am asking for a lawyer to speak to for any further questioning.
Okay. So you don't want to talk to me anymore to help us with this at all anymore?
I have helped.
Okay. So I just want to make sure we're clear. You don't want to talk to me anymore about this? You're seeking an invocation of your right to an attorney, which is fine. I just want to make sure we're absolutely clear, because before you weren't. I want to make sure, because it seemed like you were helping me, and we were working on it, and I'm trying to figure out, like, did somebody take your car or anything like that? So I don't want
I have nothing to hide about my day because I was at work.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's why
She knows she caught. She ain't got really nothing to say. She knows if she keep running her mouth, it's really over with. She's just gonna dig a deeper and deeper hole. So yeah, ask for a lawyer, and take it from there. But you going to jail. You're going to jail today.
I said I'm willing to give you the information that you are going to be having anyway when you contact whoever you contact at my job.
Okay.
It's all the information you're going to be getting.
Okay.
There is nothing being hidden. There's nothing else.
Okay. So if we don't talk about your car, do you want to continue this conversation, or are you done with the conversation?
There really
Don't
isn't
wanna help
else
anymore?
to say. I've said my day. I've said what I needed to say. I don't see what other questions you would have.
Well, I'd like to know, who do you think would have done this to Jason?
I don't know who would have done this to Jason. I don't know his life anymore. I am no longer a part of it. He made that perfectly clear when he decided to, for lack of better words, sleep with my sister.
Oh, that's what this is about. He slept with her sister. She can't stand it. Oh, okay. That explains it. I thought she was just a bitter baby mama, but he slept with her. He slept with her sister.
So I didn't know that.
Right. So, here's the situation. I need you to go ahead and turn around for me. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Do not move, okay?
Am I under arrest then?
We'll discuss that here in just a second.
Nah, babe, you ain't going home. What you thought she finna just walk out the door? She thought she's finna go home. She thought she's finna go to her son and get on. But they already seen what you did, man. They caught you red-handed.
Does it feel okay? Nothing's pinching or anything like that?
No.
Right. So you are under arrest, okay? So we're gonna take you downstairs. We are gonna get your clothing and we'll let you go to the bathroom down there, okay?
Am I gonna be told
Go and step back.
what it is
Just a little bit.
for then?
Right this way.
She too calm, man. If you was innocent, you would have been hysterical. I didn't do this. No. What are you doing? I need my son. Look at her, how calm she is.
This is gonna be.
Devan was officially charged with first-degree murder and booked into the local county jail. The police then gathered up the evidence they had against her boyfriend and interviewed him next.
This is down at the scene.
Look like all he do is sit at the desk all day and eat donuts. Pass me that chicken wing.
The neighborhood of the shooting. You can see the time, 12:06.
That's her phone.
So originally you told us that she was up there at your house with you until 12:15 when you left to go to Hooters. Can you explain that? We're trying to verify Devan's timeline right now. That's the thing.
Yeah. She was not with me. That's her car, pretty close to where Jason was killed. We've got.
Did you drop her off at work? You did that morning? Okay, so you dropped her off at the... Okay, I figured you said you didn't want to answer questions about where you went that day, so that's why I'm just asking if you dropped her off at work. Okay, so on the morning of the 13th, you dropped her off at the post office. Okay. Did she ever bring her car over to your house after that?
Her car was parked by it was right up the road from my house.
Her car was... Okay. Her car is parked up the road from your house. You had taken her to work. Okay. Did you...
Why? Did her car break down? Why is it parked down the street from your house? And why did you just have to take her to work?
Have to pick her back up from work afterwards so she could get her car?
Yes.
Okay. I'm asking that just because obviously she would need to figure out a way to get back home after that. Does that make sense?
The officers pull out a picture that was taken from Andrew's phone. The photo shows the victim, Jason Schreiner, on his mail route. Andrew explains that he was following Jason on the day of the murder to ensure that Devan did not follow through with her plan to kill him.
That's off your phone. 2 days before this happened. Can you explain that? You're a smart guy. I think you know where we're going with this.
Yeah,
So if you want to give us answers, now's the time to give them to us. These investigations move fast. You know that. We get this data fast. You only get a couple opportunities to give us explanations for what's going on.
That's crazy. They pulled data off their phones that quick? Or did he hand over his phone before they got in there? And why would people take pictures and text if they gonna do a crime? Don't they know they track all that stuff?
We're trying to find the truth.
So her and I were talking in the morning when I dropped her off at my house, and I didn't necessarily think too much of it. I thought that we were going to fool around after she got off, and because we had done that in the past. After she had gotten to work, or on her way to work, she had called me and told me that she had decided that that was what she thought needed to happen. And she had told me that she had thought about doing this before.
You know that she wants to kill this guy, so much so to the extent that you go down to where his mail route is to keep an eye on him just in case she shows up so that you can confront her.
Correct.
She tells you over the phone that she's done, it's passed, I'm not going to do it, which you found odd, but you still hung up the...
Man, that's a lie. You was helping her do whatever she was gonna do. Why would you go? Why you just didn't tell him then? Why you gonna go down there and sit and follow him around? You was on it too.
The phone, just told him, hey, look out, and took off.
So when I took her that morning, when I took her to the post office, that's when she told me that that was going to be the day.
Yeah.
And she was never like so specific like that. And she said, I already have everything I need. And I said, what are you talking about? And she's like, I have everything I need. I can do it today. She never told me what she had. She never told me what she needed. She didn't tell me any of that stuff. She just, like, the way that she was saying it,
Yeah.
it was obvious that it has escalated to being an actual serious problem. And 3 days prior to that is when she sent me the picture.
Okay. But you didn't feel like it was serious enough to notify the police, say, hey, she's going to kill this guy. Why didn't you tell anyone?
Hindsight's 2020, but I thought I could talk her down again. I talked her down.
See, that's why I said you can't trust nobody. If you're gonna go do a crime, you need to do it by yourself, because they gonna snitch on you. Whoever you with, they gonna snitch on you, man. It never fails.
Prior to this, I thought I could stop her if I saw her. I just needed to see her. Like, if we were face to face, she would have. She's depressed. She's had a lot of depression issues. She sees a therapist about it. But whenever we're face to face, she calms down. I thought if I saw her, I could calm her down, and she would do it. Like, she would snap out of it.
Okay. You were on the phone with her for like 2 hours and 40 minutes while you were down there in the neighborhood. So what are you talking about during that time?
I'm trying to talk her out of it.
You're trying to talk her out of coming down to where you are and killing someone.
I mean, when you put it that way, yes.
How did you know his route? How did you know where he was gonna be at? Both of y'all was in on it. You weren't trying to talk her out of it. You was following that man around, saying he's here or she was in the car with you. Y'all was in her car.
It wasn't necessarily where I am, because I guess that was... she didn't know I was there. Like, I'm just trying to talk her out of it. But I had a feeling...
But she knew you weren't at your house because she stopped by at your house. So she didn't ask you where you were? What did you tell her when she asked you where you were?
She did ask me where I was.
Okay, what did you tell her?
I told her I was out at lunch with my friends.
Okay. You did think she was going to do it. You went down there to warn him.
Right.
You went down there not just to warn him. You went down there and you waited. If what you're telling me is true, if I'm supposed to believe what you're telling me is true, you're saying that you went all the way, you believed it so much to the extent that you went all the way down to Longmont after you had spent the night with her to go down there and sit and follow a mail truck around for 2 or 3 hours. That's how much you believed it. And you didn't tell anyone else.
The ex-boyfriend must have been threatening him too. He wanted him out the picture too. That's why he was helping her. He must have beat him up or something, or was threatening him too, and they both agreed on unaliving this man.
That's what I'm supposed to believe? So what if I told you that there are people that said that even though you and Jason didn't have a lot of contact together, they, from their understanding, there's tension between you and Jason, specifically because of the situation with Devan. We said that they feel very personally that you specifically had it out for Jason.
How and why? What's the motive there? And what do I stand to benefit from that?
He was with the girl that you're apparently with.
It's not with
They have a kid together. They spend time together.
They don't spend time together, but I could care less. She also cheated on me with 2 other guys.
Were you scouting out that area for her to come down?
She already knew his route. She already knew his route. She was at his case.
That wasn't my question.
Prior to that.
That wasn't my question.
So she knew his route. How did you find out his route? Where that happened at? How you know where he was gonna be at? She knew his route, so she told you where his route was at, and you went down there.
No, I was not. What I thought.
Why did you go down there to follow him around if you didn't think that's what she was gonna do?
She didn't tell me her plan. She knew that I wasn't going to be okay with it. That's not who I am.
And yet you had to go down there and find him and warn him in person because you didn't know what she was going to
I didn't
do.
originally intend on warning him.
You were just going to follow him for 3 hours like a stalker?
That's how it looks. That wasn't the intention, but yeah.
Because you didn't know
Because I
that
thought
she was going to go do that.
Show up.
So either you did take her seriously or you didn't take her seriously. It's one or the other.
I already told you I took her seriously enough that I stayed on the phone with her and tried to convince her that these are not good options. These are not good ideas and solutions to her problem.
All right, you're under arrest. Go ahead and stand up. Place your hands behind your back.
Is it possible to do that out in the parking lot?
No, stand up for me. We'll figure out what we need to.
Do it out in the parking lot. Nah, buddy, you finna get the walk of shame through your job. You caught too. You should have just closed your mouth too. You should have closed your mouth, man.
As far as your, do you have a uniform shirt on underneath this? You took it off already? Okay, now go ahead and face this gentleman right here.
Just like Devan, Andrew was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. He would eventually confess that he knew about the plan, and he assisted Devan in that plan, but his confession wouldn't change his charges.
Today, nearly 50 mail trucks honor a postal worker that was shot and killed in a Longmont neighborhood. These trucks drove the route that Jason Schreiner had worked. Investigators believe that Jason was shot by his ex-girlfriend in a case of domestic violence. And we've learned that she was recently fired from the Postal Service. Dylan Thomas joins us now from Fort Collins tonight. Dylan, neighbors tell you that police did swarm that suspect's apartment earlier today.
Yeah, I'm told this morning many officers swarmed the Marymount apartment complex where the suspect in this murder, Devan Schreiner, once lived. Residents who wish not to go on camera told CBS 4 they watched as officers went through the apartment, through the trash, and even questioned neighbors at times to see if they knew anything about this case. A 12-page arrest affidavit obtained by CBS 4 gives us a clearer idea as to what led up to Wednesday's tragic murder of a postal worker. Police say the suspected shooter, Devan Schreiner, stalked her ex-lover on his route as a mail carrier. Schreiner, who was just fired from her job at the same post office her ex worked 2 weeks ago, allegedly parked her 2017 Nissan Rogue blocks away from the shooting.
Oh, she was fired. So I wonder what they mean about you had to scan her. What scanner they was talking about? I thought it was a scanner on a job, but she was fired. So what? I don't.
Shortly after starting his delivery, residents in the Longmont neighborhood called 911, saying their post office worker had been shot and killed. Surveillance video recorded the sound of 4 shots, followed by a clip of someone running from the scene in a dark hoodie and blue COVID mask. A similar hoodie, a blue mask, and Nissan Rogue were allegedly found to be with Devan Wednesday night, and GPS technology suggested she was in the area of the shooting in Longmont before returning home to this Fort Collins apartment. Thursday morning, with a warrant in hand, police collected evidence in the home, combing through the trash, even questioning neighbors at times. The apartment appeared to be empty and dark, but belongings found outside suggested a kid lived there. And court documents obtained by CBS 4 suggest that kid may be at the center of this entire ordeal. Court documents show that just a few years ago, the victim in this case filed for a restraining order against the suspect, and then...
Well, there you have it, man. Devan killed the ex-boyfriend. Why though? Like you really risk your freedom over something petty? Go on, tell me what you like, man. Like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Yahoo. I'm out.